Yeah, I think so.
That's what my problem.
Hey! Left! Hey!
I'm a flag-waving, patriotic nephew of my Uncle Sam, a rough-riding, fighting Yankee man. I don't believe in violence. I'm a peace-loving man, but I'll stand up for my country as long as I can stand. And when I see Old Glory waving, I think of all the brave men that fought and died to make this country strong. And when I see Old Glory burning, my blood begins to churning, and I could do some fighting of my own. Welcome to Memorial Day Observances 2013. We've gathered here yet again to honor our veterans. But why are we here? What does this day mean? For me, it began years ago as a band member playing taps at these honorable occasions, and now I have the privilege of making the remarks. But what is it that brings a tear to my eye, a lump in my throat, and a beating in my chest as I see the veterans march by in uniform and feel the reverberation of a 21-gun salute and hear the mournful cry of taps? I say to you that it is patriotism. Yes, patriotism. The same overwhelming emotions that fill the hearts of generations of Americans, from the lowest ranking private to the highest ranking five-star general. Patriots all. And a particular man that I have a great amount of respect and admiration for is General Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee, you say? If this was 1866 and I'm standing here in front of a Civil War monument praising up a Confederate general, I'd probably be run out of town on a rail. But I'm here to tell you, Robert E. Lee was a patriot. Born in 1807, the son of Light Horse Harry Lee of Revolutionary War fame, Lee was appointed to West Point and graduated in 1825, second in his class, and one of a very few that went 4 years without a demerit. He was later to serve as superintendent at a time when his own son attended. Lee was given a commission in the United States Army in what we know today as the Army Corps of Engineers, and he did several projects and at the various outposts around the country as an engineer. He distinguished himself in the Mexican War under General Winfield Scott, and it was there that he met men like P.T. Beauregard, Thomas Jackson, Joseph Johnson, George Pickett, and Ulysses S. Grant, men that he would serve with and against in years to come. As tensions between the North and South increased, Lee was charged with making the toughest decision of his life, to serve the country that he loved, or to serve the state that he loved. As you know, he chose the latter and resigned his commission of 32 years in the United States Army, soon to become the commander of the Army of Northern Virginia. Lee was a masterful tactician, a fierce fighter, and an honorable man who won the respect and admiration of friend and foe alike. He served well. When it came time to surrender, he surrendered with honor and dignity. After the war, he worked with President Andrew Johnson and others to help rebuild the nation. President Andrew Johnson pardoned Lee and prevented him from being charged with treason. His U.S. citizenship application was taken by William Seward, then Secretary of State, and given to a friend of his as a memento, and his oath of amnesty was pigeonholed. It was 100 years later before they were rediscovered in the National Archives, and then President Gerald R. Ford reissued U.S. citizenship for Robert E. Lee. Lee finished out his civilian life as president of what we know as Washington and Lee College, again commanding the respect and admiration of faculty, students alike. So I say to you, Robert E. Lee was a true patriot. And as Sarah Sherman tells us in her book, Heroes Among Us, there are many patriots in our own hometown. Men and women that we grew up with, lived with and loved. They too are patriots all. So be proud to be an American, because you know we're free. And don't forget the men who died, who gave that right to be. And proudly stand up next to me and defend her still today. Because there's no doubt we love this land. God bless the USA. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate. For the brave men, living and dead, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. Rather, it is for us, the living, to be dedicated to the unfinished task remaining. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but we must never forget what they have done for us. So as you leave here today, I pray that you will take time to thank a veteran for his service and to remember those who have served and those who are serving today, and especially to remember those who gave their last full measure of devotion, of which there are at least 5 Southporters. And I also pray that you will remember those who paid the unintended consequences, the mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sons and daughters who have lost loved ones to war. They too, they paid a price for our freedom. So may your hearts swell with pride deep within your breast whenever you see Old Glory paint the breeze. And may we be thankful for patriots' dreams that saw beyond the years. Veterans, I salute you. God bless you. Thank you for your service. And God bless America.
Decorate. Veteran. Oh, Ted.
Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire. Ready, aim, fire. Freeze it, arm.
Veteran. Freeze. Set. Oh. Face. Forward.
Hand.
Left. No.
Forward.
Left.
Round step.
March. That's right.
Go right.
Right. Face.